Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the best flavored bourbon from the rankings of the top 8 from mashed.com. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Katie Joyce, and Demetri Kane.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey-oh. So yes, we've got a fun show today. We're going to be trying to figure out what the best flavored bourbon is according to mashed.com. I don't think flavored bourbons are this group's thing, but there's a list and they had 8 ranked, and we're going to figure out, they had what they think was the best. That was their number 1 ranked. We're going to see if we agree with that. We'll go through this bracket challenge and see what we come up with on the other side of it. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about with that. What is that, Katie?
I challenge all of you to tell me any store that is worse than Walmart. So I went into Walmart today, and every time I go into Walmart, I am reminded why I avoid Walmart like it's the plague. It is the worst store on so many levels. And so I challenge anyone to come up with any store that is worse than a Walmart.
Can I just tell you horrible Walmart stories?
Yes, I invite horrible Walmart stories. Please share in my misery.
You go first, McNew.
No, you can go first. You're fine.
Okay. I went into a Walmart to buy gift cards for Christmas presents for the employees. And there was a shopping cart next to, it's busy season. So they have all these stands kind of behind the checkouts with gift cards, and there's this cart there that had a sign on it that says "Do not move," and that was because it was covering vomit.
Oh God.
So we're not going to clean up the vomit. We're just going to park a cart over it with a sign. Then in the most recent time that I've been to a Walmart, it was probably 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how bad I avoid them. I find that many able-bodied people would ride in the carts with the motors and ignore their 5 or 6 children who were running amok everywhere, pulling things off of shelves, yelling and screaming. It's always so loud there. When you go into a Target, it can be crowded, but you don't hear that.
Yeah.
Walmart, it's like a cacophony of hell.
Yeah.
I don't go in Walmarts.
Okay.
So,
me either.
Those are my last 2 experiences.
I am a Walmart shopper just because it's 5 minutes from my house. It is the closest thing to my house, and I
drive further. I would say.
Yeah, I drive out of my way
because I can buy the dog's crap, the cat's crap, like while I'm there.
Your cat owns a cat. You can buy it at Walmart.
But it's a fucking nightmare. It's always been a nightmare. I think just because of
this is my cat. That's the cat's cat.
That's like, you got this cat at Walmart. I don't want it.
Is this your cat? What's his name? Oh, I'm sorry. That's my cat's cat.
My like
mine.
cats
That's my cat's
crap, like their litter, their food, their treats. So I like it for the convenience because I can get everything at the same place, but it's a fucking nightmare. And mine just remodeled and people are losing their minds about it. Like people here were already terrible and dumb, but now they're like, they don't know how aisles work. We're all banging carts in the aisle. Like it's a nightmare.
I'm going to try to go my whole life without going to Walmart again. I can't come up with anything worse than that. Maybe.
I might have one.
Okay. All right. What is
Kmart, the few Kmarts that still exist.
it?
It's like they're operating with no support. They just were left in the trenches.
But there's almost a
They just
nostalgic
refuse
feel
let
to them,
go.
though.
They just-
No, have
they
you
know
been in
they're
one
dying.
when
They
they
know
turn
they're
on the
dying,
blue?
but they refuse to die.
They
Just
still
can't.
have the blue light specials. And the light goes out and people
But
like
there's
go
nothing
walking.
left on the
No,
shelves.
I have no idea what they're still selling. Probably it's 25 years old. But recently we were going through a town and there was a Kmart. My wife was like, there's a Kmart. We should go in. It was like a menagerie. I feel like the people have been there for the last 30 years.
Like,
Like they're stuck. Like there's some curse and they're stuck in the
Yeah,
store.
we're
And they
like- I
can't.
was
I
like,
feel
we're
like they're not alive. I feel like those are ghosts that got stuck in
Yeah.
a level of hell, and it was Kmart. They're just stuck working at Kmart for eternity. It's not
You're lucky
real.
you were able to walk out of the store. The-
Right?
you're
Could you
stuck in
imagine
there.
if there was a time loop and we were
Yeah.
Yeah,
stuck in a
that's it.
Kmart
That's
or
it.
a
It's
Walmart?
time loop.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a Stephen King book right there.
Yeah.
Kmart. The time
Yeah.
loop.
Well, Kmart is just about done. Finally, but these things they die a slow death, don't they? These retail stores just die. Like Best Buy, they're gone. They're done, but they're still there. But they're dying out. I mean, no, who's buying anything from Best Buy? I don't go to Best Buy. If I go there, I might be looking at things, and I just buy it from Amazon. I mean, yeah, they're done, but they just don't know it. They're the last ones to know. So yeah.
And I feel like the brick and mortar Verizon stores, who goes to
Verizon.
those? I'm like, if I want a new phone, I'll just order it from your website.
Yeah,
Demetri goes to Verizon stores.
Demetri goes.
he goes.
He goes to the Verizon kiosk inside the Kmart.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't. Yeah, that's where I was at. I just recently got a smartphone.
Mm,
I think we mentioned before I don't have internet
Yes,
on my house.
yeah.
yeah.
But
Wait, like no internet?
No TVs either.
It was like
No
a
TV.
flippy.
no TV. We've got cows and chickens.
Yeah, you can still have internet with cows and chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you watch the cows and chickens, and they.
Like I've lived my internet was by the cell towers, but like you could have internet. Have you
Yeah.
like
She's so confused.
I'm like internally breaking down here. I'm glitching.
I
Yeah.
just got to get back to my Kmart.
Yeah. Huh, interesting.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
continue. I had a little concern there.
I go
So-
to the Verizon
It's like
stores.
it's like
Verizon
a mini
stores.
stroke.
Yeah. Verizon, but those stores are done. You're fine. The next time you get to get one, just order it online. And I'll tell you what, my last phone, I ordered online. I thought this is going to be a pain because usually they program it for you, turn everything. I just followed the steps that were in the thing. It worked fine. Everything was great.
As long as you have Wi-Fi, he might run into a problem with not having Wi-Fi. But as long as you
Yeah.
have Wi-Fi, it is so easy.
Yeah.
You have to go into town, find some Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
maybe go sit in the McDonald's.
That's a real thing when you're Demetri, but the rest of us are fine. We
I
got-
go to St. Louis Bread Co. or Panera,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
and I'm that guy that sits there for 2 hours.
Wait, you live near me. You're not like
No, we're not in the middle of nowhere.
yeah. Okay, I understand your woes because I just recently got reliable internet, but okay.
So we didn't have reliable internet, and then now they're starting to add it in, and it was like they told us to get it out to the farmer. It was going to be like $10,000, and I was like,
Worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, for those not listening, he waved his hand to the side like no thank you.
Right.
Me, worth it.
Right.
I actually was calling before I just moved. I was on acreage before and we didn't have good internet. And I was calling the utility companies and I was like, I have $10,000. I have $20,000. Who can get me internet? Bring it to me.
Really?
Couldn't get it. I finally
Couldn't
got an AT&T hotspot because I had decent AT&T cell coverage that I got for internet. But
I know.
Wow.
But there's still a lot of spots in our area here in Missouri that has shitty cell coverage.
They're fixing a lot of it though now with some of that federal money they got. I know, like in Arnold, they're redoing all of it. So yeah, they took out their internet for like a day as they're working on it. But yeah.
I have fiber now, and it's the most amazing thing in the world.
How'd you have fiber?
Oh.
I live in town now. I'm a suburban dweller now. I live in a
suburbanite now.
Yeah, I'm a suburbanite now. At the moment, I hate it, but at the same time, I have 300 megabytes per second of fiber internet, and it's amazing.
Wow.
So I will pay $100,000 now to get fiber internet to whatever acreage I buy in the future. I'll just take the line with me as I walk to my new property.
This is going with me.
Yep, you're coming with me. Thanks, Gateway.
All right. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Katie.
I am drinking Papa Sizemore's Revenge Kentucky Cinnamon Whiskey from Neely Family Distillery.
Okay, nice.
Went with the flavored theme.
After the break. Oh, very good. Very good. That's our leader right there. I'm going to come right at her though, because I've got Planters whiskey here. So yeah, from our buddy Demetri. So this is a ABV Barrel Shop pick. It is a Grandma's Kitchen. Grandma's Kitchen. Here we go. Katie got me. Mine malfunctioned.
You didn't ask
Kathy's
for the extra special.
Kathy's was so good.
pork.
Yeah.
Like
Great.
Kathy did.
Yeah, bottle 200. Bottle 200 wasn't as good as bottle 3. So yeah.
They're risky, a little tired by that part.
Yeah,
so,
I
you know,
guess
the
so.
extra
I went
special
too
pork
late.
tap.
Yeah. No. All right, Katie has the lead. Kathy, you're next.
So I went with the flavored. I'm doing Papa Sizemore Revenge Salted Caramel.
Oh, look at
Salted
us.
caramel. Okay.
Look at us.
Okay. Oh, also very good.
Another good
I still
one.
think Katie's was better though. Katie's got the lead. All right. McNew, you're next.
I have some Old Elk wheated. I don't think it's going to do much. This cork sucked when it was new, so we'll see.
No, nothing there. Demetri, you're next. What do you got?
So I was going to go with the flavored, and then I forgot that bottle. So so everybody knows I was going to try to go with it. So I actually have a cool one. It's from Still 630, another local distillery here in St. Louis. It's their double barrel Rally Point straight rye whiskey. So I was like, this one looked good. So
No, nothing.
Cute.
That was very cute pop.
It was cute, but not good enough.
Small bottle. It is.
It
you know,
is.
a cute
I
bottle.
do love their bottles.
They didn't give it a full hand tap when they put the cork on. They
Right,
just a
you know
little
what?
two-finger tap.
It's probably a half tap because it's a half size
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Katie wins. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about this list, the best flavored bourbon, and we'll do a bracket challenge to determine if their number one is also our number one. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop, It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is also Freddie Mills going underneath the alias of Danny Kennard. You can find me on Facebook at any time. Just look up Danny Kennard, but I am Freddie Mills. Trust me.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we have the Mash.com's list of the best flavored bourbons, and we will do a bracket challenge.
Yes, we are. So here's their list. And again, it is ranked. So this is what they say. Again, mash.com, number 8 down to number 1. So we're gonna do kind of David Letterman style all the way down to number 1 here. So number 8 is Jim Beam Red Stag. That's a cherry flavored, if you guys aren't familiar with that. Then it's Jim Beam Kentucky Fire, which is a cinnamon flavored whiskey. And then this gets weird because I don't know why they call this, the best, bourbon, the best flavored bourbons, because they have a couple in here that aren't bourbons at all. Like the next one, Screwball. It contains no bourbon at all. They even say that in the thing. They're like, this doesn't actually contain bourbon, but you'll find it near bourbon. So yes, I guess, but it's peanut butter flavored, of course. Then at number 5 was Wild Turkey Honey Sting. That's a cinnamon honey combo. Then you've got Brown Sugar Bourbon from Heritage Distilling. I guess made that. I guess it's a standalone now because Jamie Foxx bought it, so it's not Heritage anymore. But they're the ones who started it, but now it's Jamie Foxx's. Then Balatin Peanut Butter Whiskey. Again, not a bourbon, same thing like the other one. Then you've got Garrison Brothers Honeydew. And last but not least, Knob Creek Smoked Maple. That's the one they say is number 1. We'll see if we feel the same way. Our matchups are going to look like this. Garrison Brothers Honeydew will take on Knob Creek Smoked Maple. And then you've got the Jim Beam Kentucky Fire versus Screwball. Then you got the Wild Turkey Honey Sting versus Jim Beam Red Stag. And last but not least, Brown Sugar Bourbon versus Balatin Peanut Butter Whiskey. All right. Round number 1, Garrison Brothers Honeydew versus Knob Creek Smoked Maple. Kathy, you're first.
Garrison Brothers Honeydew, they actually have, they make it with these boxes that have been soaked in honey or something. And they're in Texas, and they get a lot of heat there. So I'm going to go with that one.
The Honeydew. Okay, Honeydew goes up.
The most authentic.
Yeah. Demetri, what do you think? The Honeydew or the Knob Creek Smoked Maple?
I've had that smoked maple, and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with that one.
Okay. Knob Creek Smoked Maple has tied it up. Next up is Katie.
I'm still pondering what really qualifies as the best flavored bourbon. Is there such a thing? How do I even vote here?
Right. Yeah.
Abstain for all rounds.
Yeah.
Honeydew makes me think of fruit, even though that's not what they're doing there. And so the smoked maple, I think, sticks a little closer to flavors that I find acceptable for bourbon. So that's my vote.
Okay. Smoked maple goes up 2-1 over Honeydew. McNew, what do you think?
I really love that smoked maple. Like, it's a little on the sweet side, but it is delicious. I think it's dessert in a glass, and I hope this goes all the way. Smoked maple for me.
You guys are all wrong.
Smoked maple.
I'm sorry, Kathy.
You're all wrong.
Wrong.
The honeydew was the best one on the list, so it's gone now. So, but it is what it is. Kathy and I have to live with this. We have to live with it. All right, next up is
nothing on this list, just so everyone knows. Not a single damn thing on this list.
Okay. Well, they're all as bad as you think, believe me. All right, next up is Jim Beam Kentucky Fire versus Screwball. Round number 2.
I have
Jim Beam Kentucky Fire or Screwball. And again, this isn't our list, so don't complain to us. Hey, that's not a bourbon. None of these are bourbons. Actually, 100%, 0% of these are bourbons. 0, as Becca says. You know how many of these are actually bourbons? 0. She had a customer that came in and talked like that, and she's been doing that impression ever since. I love it. Everything that's a 0 now, you have to say it like that. 0. All right.
You have to push up the glasses when you say it, though.
You know, yeah, she was like, it sounded like that lady that was like Mike Wazowski, or sounded like that woman. So, yeah. All right, Jim Beam, Kentucky Fire versus Screwball, round number 2. Up first is going to be Demetri.
Well, based upon the fact that I think Screwball has a lot of marketing dollars right now, I've been seeing their billboards everywhere. Send that bill to Screwball. I'm going to vote for Screwball.
Okay.
So McNew, make sure to get on that. $200 right there.
$200. We got it.
$200 headed out to Screwball. All right. Screwball goes up 1-0. Katie, what do you think?
So the fact that, like we said, they're not even containing bourbon, and they're not bourbon. It's everything's made up, and the points don't matter. So also, I feel like the Jim Beam Kentucky Fire, anything with cinnamon at this point, although except for Papa Sizemore's cinnamon, which is delicious. Everything except for that, I feel like I'm like, you're not Fireball. F off. Like, and so.
Does anybody want to be Fireball?
I mean, there's a following for Fireball, though.
I know.
Like, there, and so
them too.
A good friend of mine is a huge Fireball fan, and so although that is so sugary, I will say this cinnamon whiskey from Neely does not. People need to try it because it's got the cinnamon flavor, but it's not the syrup or the sugar the same way that like Fireball would be. So, but I'm imagining that the Jim Beam Kentucky Fire is going to have that same nasty sugar sweet flavor to it. So, but Screwball changed the freaking game, in my opinion. Like their marketing they put into that, everyone has been following them in the peanut butter game and everything since then. So I'm impressed what they did with marketing, and they get my vote.
Okay.
That was a very long-winded answer.
Screwball goes up 2-0. I would never think Screwball's going to win anything on this show, but it could win this. All right, McNew, you're next. Screwball or Jim Beam Kentucky Fire?
So I feel like the Kentucky Fire is an insult to Jim Beam because I still like Jim Beam White Label. There is nothing wrong with that.
Agreed.
This Fire, the other bullshit they're doing with it, trash. I don't like it. They are not Fireball. Fireball has its place. It does. Like, I'm not going to hate on Fireball, but I'm not going to hate on Screwball either because it paved the way for peanut butter whiskeys, and it is damn good in a cocktail. Like, you get that strong peanut butter flavor in a cocktail. I wouldn't drink it neat. I have. Was it great? But I'm going to go Screwball here.
Okay. This is quickly becoming my least favorite show we've ever done. All right. Next up is...
And this is the final show of the Bourbon Daily. We have caused Steve to retire. Good job, everybody. We finally made him call it quits.
Yeah, my old man anger is starting to
These
kick
are your
in.
topics.
Yeah.
You write the shows.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna, I just figured the honeydew was going to win, and we were going to be like, smoke maple in your face, smashed. But that is what it is. All right. Wild Turkey Honey Sting or Jim Beam Red Stag. Round number 3. Katie, you're first.
What was the first one again?
Wild Turkey Honey Sting, which is a cinnamon and honey flavored wild turkey, and Jim Beam Red Stag, which is cherry.
This is so. When I saw that, other than Screwball, I'd had nothing on this list. I chose to not even research them because normally I would Google them to see what people's, like, at least what the Google machine had, and I chose not to this time. So I went off my just gut reactions of what I thought they would be. I am actually a fan of cherry flavored items. Typically, a lot of people aren't because it reminds them of cough syrup.
Okay.
However, cherry combined with whiskey, I am failing to see any way that would be good in a combination of the whiskey itself. Some cherry in your cocktail, like in my old fashioned, a cherry in that, some of the fantastic. But I have a feeling that's not the result of that Jim Beam received in their bottled drink.
You don't think they teamed up with Luxardo to get that cherry flavor in there?
If they did, that'd be great, but I don't think that's what they did. So the combination of cinnamon and honey sounds like it could be not totally horrible. So therefore, I'm going to vote for totally not horrible, which would be Wild Turkey Honey Sting.
Wild Turkey Honey Sting goes up 1-0. Round 3, McNew, you're next. Wild Turkey Honey Sting or Jim Beam Red Stag?
I hate cherry flavors. I'm one of those people Katie just talked about.
Who hates cherry? That's incredible.
As soon as they hear cherry flavored, instantly, like they gag.
It's like cough medicine. I hate it.
I like cough medicine.
I don't like cherry flavor. So that's out.
He drinks that for dessert.
Heck yeah, I do.
Give him some Robitussin and he's happy.
I was in college. There was a guy who made a cherry cough syrup cocktail at a bar. I'd get one of those each night right before I was leaving. I mean, that's not what I was drinking during. You can't drink too much of that
I
stuff.
feel like she just served you NyQuil and
one for the road. I didn't care. I was happy. I loved happy.
To go to bed.
Yeah, I loved happy. It was fine.
No, I hate that. I'm not a big cherry fan. I also don't like the Stag brand. I don't feel like that's great for being.
Well, there's good branding. I like their branding. They do some good stuff.
I don't like it. So, but Honey Sting.
Steve is just arguing with her.
I hate the show. This is the worst show we've ever done.
Her vote is going to take forever because Steve can't stop arguing with her.
I don't like any of them that are left, so I'm in trouble.
Me neither.
I don't like any of them that are left.
I'm ready for Honey Sting. We had it on our tasting in like 2017. I don't know if they still do it on the tour, but it was good. It was fun.
He's got hiccups, but just keeps powering through it.
It'll be. I think it's a good cocktail. So Honey Sting for me and my hiccups.
You know who's going to be screaming at the radio as she's listening is the warden. She hates hiccups. She used to yell at her kid. You know, the kid's like 3 years old, get hiccups. She'd be like, "No, drink water. You gotta." For some reason, it turns on her old man anger. The cat would get it. We'd have cat. He'd get hiccups. That would bother. She'd have to scare him.
Got hiccups?
The cat got hiccups, but she'd have to scare him. And then if you scare him, then he would lose the hiccups. I don't know why.
But did your cat have a cat? Maybe if your cat.
Does cat have hiccups?
Only McNew's cat has a cat.
No, Steve, I was literally just so confused because your daughter's name is Cat. I'm like, are you calling your daughter the cat or the real cat?
Oh, the cat. We had the cat and then the cat. Yeah.
The cat did have a cat, and that's
that's true. That was Cat's cat. So I guess in some ways,
oh my god,
we're kind of like McNew. I guess that was her cat.
But did Cat's cat have a cat?
Cat's cat has a cat.
Because obviously this topic doesn't mean anything anymore.
Oh no. So here's where we're at. Honey Sting's up 2-0. I mean, that's a stinker though. I can't say the Red Stag. At least I like some of the branding and some of the merchandise because I do collect a little memorabilia, and I never buy it because I don't want to promote Red Stag. But I do look at some stuff and be like, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to vote for it for that reason. It's a terrible reason to vote for something, but I don't like anything that's on here. But I'm going to vote Red Stag. So Red Stag gets a vote. Maybe it's a sympathy vote. Kathy, you're next. Red Stag or Honey Sting?
So one of the most embarrassing things about my whiskey journey is that I used Wild Turkey Honey as my gateway drink into bourbon. So I'm going to give Honey Sting a vote.
Honey Sting moves on.
Whoa, I didn't get a vote here.
No, it's over.
Right.
It won before it got to you.
Yeah.
No. Did anybody read the reviews of Jim Beam Red Stag?
No. What are the reviews?
No,
I
did anybody
did not read any
The
reviews.
very first one, the first title for Jim Beam Red Stag, like their review is 2 stars, and the title for it is Fish and Finger Pie.
Fish and Finger Pie. What the hell? Where's this review at? I don't know if that's a legitimate review place. Strike that from the record. That can't be a legitimate review.
Strike that from the record.
Strike that. That didn't happen on the Bourbon Daily. That's out. That's out. All right. Round 4. And my favorite
That's
show
overruled.
on Brown Sugar Bourbon versus Ballatin. Where did they even pull Ballatin? Everyone loves Ballatin. I don't know anything about Ballatin peanut butter. I never heard of them. I don't know what the hell
Never
that
heard
is.
of it.
Round 4, McNew, Brown Sugar Bourbon or Ballatin peanut butter whiskey.
So I don't like brown sugar straight, but if you don't have simple syrup, it's great in an old fashioned. And like Jamie Foxx signed on and he's hot. So I'm going to go with brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Excellent reasons.
Yeah, I don't know. A brown sugar bourbon, I guess. I don't know what else to do.
He's so
I'm at a loss.
defeated.
I'm at a loss. Brown sugar bourbon. Kathy, you're next.
We have Steve defeated. He's reached his bottom.
Brown.
This might end up where Steve is done.
There will never be a 2000s show.
Right.
This is it.
This is it. Brown sugar bourbon, Kathy, or Ballatin peanut butter whiskey.
I'm going to do a write-in ballot for peach scotch and just call it a night.
Yeah.
Was that an option? Was that a choice?
Can we
that's
write
not
our
a
own?
choice.
Can we?
No.
Choice.
Can we vote that Mash.com?
We
doesn't
just
know
want to
what
end the
F they're
show.
talking
Help me
about?
out here. Cast a real vote.
I think
Because,
there's a good point here.
Bird Dog makes way better flavored stuff, honestly.
Well,
And
you
so-
got to talk to Mashed. We went with that Mashed.
no,
horse here.
Mashed is a bunch of idiots. And I'm sorry if anyone listening to this works or is
Nah, they don't
affiliated with
listen. They
Mashed,
hate us.
but you're stupid.
All right, I'm going to go with Jamie Foxx's thing over a peanut butter, not bourbon.
All right. That means brown sugar bourbon moves on. Brown
Seems
sugar.
like you guys have made it worse. I already hate
I
all
know.
the results, and now
Yeah.
you're trying to cause anarchy on the entire
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Our final 4 looks like this: the smoked maple from Knob Creek versus Screwball. Oh, Jesus. Honey Sting versus brown sugar bourbon.
This is so
If
bad.
Screwball wins something on this show, that's it. Smoked maple or Screwball.
Episode of the Bourbon Daily.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, one time I tried the smoked maple. I was at the Jim Beam thing, and that's back when they had, I don't know if it's still the same there because they haven't done a remodel, but when you went on the tour, they used to have the little machines and you could choose what you want. And one of my glasses, I got smoked maple in, and then I drink it, and then you get to keep your glass. And at the end of the tour, I go down to the gift shop, and they're like, we'll wrap your glasses if you're traveling. I'm like, yeah, okay. And they're like, and it was me and the warden, and we both handed our glasses. And she's like, which one of you had the smoked maple? I mean, you could smell it, even though I had already drank it and drank something else after that, because you used the same glass, and it didn't matter. But it's going to get my vote here, because I just can't vote for Screwball. So smoked maple goes up 1-0. Kathy, what do you think? Smoked maple or Screwball?
I'm bothered that smoked maple made their number one, but I also have a bottle.
You have a bottle.
Probably very, very old. I haven't had hardly any of it, but if I'm going to put something on pancakes,
Yeah.
it's going to be a smoked maple bourbon.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Smoked
Will
maple.
you take a drink right now and give us your feedback?
Yeah, let's see. Let's take a pour.
Are you going to open a GoFundMe for $7,000 to
Yeah.
get me to do
Yes,
this?
we will open
it
that
won't ever- it won't
GoFundMe
get
and
there.
start it.
Yeah.
It won't get there, but yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we might get
That
to
was a pop.
$7.
Did you guys hear my cork pop on that?
Oh, it was amazing. It
We were
was
all
amazing. All right, here she goes.
Oh, God.
Smoked
That's
maple. Can
enough.
you already smell it? Can you already smell it?
Oh, I could smell it when I picked up the bottle.
Oh man. That stuff is strong.
Can you smell it? Is the
I can smell it.
question.
Yes. If I opened my window,
Smell.
which I could.
Here, let me
Smoked maple is cooking.
show you the whole label there, McNew. So you.
Okay. All right, here she goes. Yeah. All right. Oh, she gagged. She gagged. Okay.
Not a pancake ever
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's your vote, though. The
is.
gag
That's
reflex
my
and all
vote.
still gets her vote. So, all right, smoked maple goes up 2-0 in round number 5. Demetri, you're next. Smoked maple or Screwball?
Screwball.
Jesus.
What's wrong with you, man?
Katie, you're next. Smoked maple or Screwball?
Now that I see the smoked maple next to Screwball, I'm regretting not having honeydew.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it threw me off at first, but now
At
that
least
I see the
honeydew's real
comparison,
whiskey.
I'm like, ooh, we may have made a mistake.
Absolutely. This is the worst show ever.
This
I
is,
know.
I
We
think
can't stop it, though. That's the thing. It's a slow motion train wreck right
Okay.
now.
There are no hanging chads.
No.
Mistake number 1, the creation of flavored whiskey. Mistake number 2, Mash.com's list. Mistake number 3, our votes on that very first round.
Yeah.
That's how this went.
That's the order of the mistakes.
With that being said, so I'm still really impressed with the way that Screwball kind of created the alley for a lot of these other flavored whiskeys, and so I'm really sorry, but I'm going to vote for Screwball.
Screwball.
Also, I like it in my coffee.
Okay. All right. So McNew, it goes to you. Smoked maple or Screwball?
Kathy's about to lose her shit. Oh my god!
Just right in that peach whiskey, that peach scotch.
Like I said,
Peach scotch.
I like Screwball in a cocktail. I don't really like drinking Screwball, but that smoked maple, I feel like it's dessert, and it has the Knob Creek brand, so I'm gonna go the smoked
Oh,
maple.
thank God. All right. Smoked maple moves on. Can't believe I'm rooting for smoked maple. All
All
right.
right, room for Screwball simply so we could do ABV approved.
Yeah,
And a single barrel of that you could buy. Maybe we
single
should
barrel.
contact me.
One show that never hits the air.
Yeah.
Right? So he's like,
But
oh shit, we ruined our streak. We don't have an episode this
There's no
day. I'm
episode.
so sorry.
Hi, this is Steve Akeley. There's no episode today. We voted Screwball as our champion.
I'm Steve Akeley, and there's no episode for today. Trust
I'm
me,
sorry.
my voice telling you there's no episode is
Fucked up
better.
today.
It's
Yeah.
a good thing McNew made her 1,000 shows because these people are never coming back, and
Yeah.
she was one of
They
them.
will never. McNew got fired.
I would have McNew's cat's cat on before I'd have McNew back on.
These guests are never invited back ever again.
Yeah. All right, McNew. Round number 6. Actually, Kathy, you're going to be first. A honey sting or brown sugar bourbon?
Oh, mercy. I'm going to stick with my gateway bourbon and go with Wild Turkey.
Wild turkey. Okay. All right. Round number 6. Demetri, you're next. Honey sting or brown sugar bourbon?
We can't do a write-in for Screwball.
No.
No,
Screwball.
my write-in was knocked out. You can't write it.
We barely got that damn thing out of there. I'm just so happy.
Smoked maple.
Again, not a choice.
Not a choice, Demetri. It's honey sting or brown sugar bourbon. You just voted for smoked maple out of those two.
Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to vote for something else?
Yes.
Yes.
Honey sting or brown sugar bourbon?
Oh. Honey sting. Why not?
Why not? He says that's kind of how I feel. Honey sting goes up 2-0. Katie, you're next. Honey sting or brown sugar bourbon?
Because of the potential to use it in a cocktail, I vote for brown sugar bourbon.
Brown sugar bourbon has life in this game. McNew, honey sting or brown sugar bourbon?
The honey sting is very good on its own. It doesn't need a cocktail, so I'm going to go honey sting.
Honey sting moves to the finals. Okay. I mean, I guess all things considered, this isn't a bad finale once you get the Garrison brothers out. Smoked maple, at least it's Knob Creek, and then you got wild turkey, honey sting. That's our finals. Round number 7, Demetri, you're first. Smoked maple or honey sting?
Smoked maple. Even with the gagging earlier.
Even with the gagging, it goes up 1-0. Katie, what do you think? Smoked maple or honey sting?
You can still write in Screwball.
Oh boy. You know what? Because of Kathy's story about her entry into was it entry into whiskey in general? Okay, I'm gonna go with Honey Sting. It's a
Honey
compelling
Sting.
story.
Honey sting goes up 2-0 over smoked maple. McNew, or no, it's tied up, right? Demetri, you said smoked maple, right?
This time.
Yeah, he said smoked maple.
Yeah, okay. So we're tied up, actually. McNew, you're next. Smoked maple or honey sting?
I like both of these. I am going to go smoked maple, though.
Smoked maple. Okay. So I'm next. I got to go honey sting. I think it's the wild turkey thing. So I'm going to go honey sting. And so it's tied it up. Smoked maple or honey sting? What do you think, Kathy? It's up to you.
And I'm the tiebreaker on the final.
You're the tiebreaker. Yeah.
Can I vote for Garrison Brothers Honeydew?
Bring
As
it
long as I
back.
can vote
Yes,
for.
I allow her veto at the very end here.
Yes, Garrison Brothers Honeydew wins.
Motion passes.
Congratulations to Garrison Brothers Honeydew on winning the best flavored whiskey.
Absolutely.
Flavored bourbon. So
That
there
was
you go.
absolutely
So
the
they
number
did
one
it.
choice.
It didn't look like they were going to do it for a while there, but man, they came on strong at the end and they did it. So congratulations to the Garrison Brothers team. You are the best of the list of MASH.
You can
Power
thank Kathy
filibuster, my
Cool.
friend.
She will be sending you an invoice, actually.
For $200.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me in Texas drinking whiskey at the Garrison Brothers.
It was a long, strange journey, wasn't it? But we got to the right place.
You can find me on Instagram at KK Cask Strength.
KK Cast Strength. All right, Demetrius, how about you?
You can find me at Demetri_Kane on Facebook and Instagram, or Nobletons on Facebook or Instagram.
All right, Katie.
You can find me making all the wrong choices when it comes to flavored whiskey, which, I mean, is there really a wrong or a right choice with flavored whiskey? One could argue.
Yeah.
Or over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, McNew.
You can find me now, pickup free, but also on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
Did someone scare you? Because that's what the
No,
word
I
is.
just
Oh, I
drink a
have
lot
a
of
cure.
water.
I'll tell you as soon as we're done. I've got a cure. I got you.
All
I
right.
just drink the water.
No,
Just
it's not
drink
it. There's more to it.
Okay. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got the company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. Farnates, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.